Hello, everyone, and welcome to our creative sessions. We are live today with Living Proof Exhibit and local artist Terry Klipsch to teach us an awesome project. Um, these are made possible by our amazing partners, Living Proof Exhibit, and we've been doing all of our workshops on Zoom recently to keep everyone safe. And Pamela would like to say a few words, so I'll let her take it away for a second here.
Thanks, Kelly. We are live in my front yard. Uh, we're very excited to continue our partnership with Gilda's Club. Thank you very much. We want to let everyone know that our exhibition of cancer survivor artwork opens this Thursday. It too will be virtual. We won't be in my front yard, but we will be able to share all the beauty and the stories from all of our exhibition artists. You need to make reservations through the Figgy website, and you can just go online, sign up, you can see it, and then once things kind of, you can also go to the Figgy, make reservations, so you can see things in person. But I hope that all of you join me virtually on Thursday to see the opening of a visualization of hope. Okay, now I'd like to introduce you to Terry, who is going to teach us all about mandalas.
Hello. Am I on?
You
Excellent.
are.
Thank you. I'm Terry Klipsch. I live in Davenport, Iowa, and I am absolutely blessed to be here tonight. What a perfect night. Absolutely perfect night. Should I be looking at the camera or what should I be looking
Probably
at?
here.
Okay. I'm so happy you're all here to join us. I've never taught Zoom, but I've taken many Zoom classes, and not Zumba, well, Zumba too. But this technology has really surpassed my creativity and my imagination. So I'm glad to be here. I just hope Terry doesn't get too tired of holding that camera up. Okay, we're going to be doing black mandalas, painting black mandalas on whatever is in your bag of supplies. I had so many different things and I want to share other things, and I couldn't put everything in one paper bag. So those of you that are here with me, I can give you extra supplies. Unfortunately, for those who are not, you will have to be with what you have. So if you've opened your bag, and I don't know if you have, but open your bag at your home and put everything out on a table space. You should have a rag. I got rid of a lot of good rags this way, so it's an excellent way. So I don't want the rags back. Just take them with you. You should have a cup of water, half a cup, just to clean your dotting tools. You should have a few dotting tools there. I put 3 maybe. They should double-ended so you can have different sizes. Anybody that is here, I have more to offer. The more unusual dotting tools, you can use the end of a pencil eraser. You can use anything that you can dip in paint and touch onto your surface. Are you okay there? You want to move over a little so you can see. Also, you should have these little cups. I think there's 5 with different colors. These were poured 2.5 weeks ago. So I hope they are smooth enough. If they are not, what you will do, this is what your paints came in. And they have a little top on them, and they supposedly, I tried sealing them. So this, and they have a little top on them. So if you take that off, this is paint thinner, or it's not really thinner. It's a synthetic. It's called Floetrol. Floetrol. I buy it by the gallon because I do a lot of painting. The paints themselves are acrylic, so they wash out. Once they are dried, they're dry. If you want to preserve what you're making, which of course that's why we're doing it, there are different things you can put over your finished drawing or your finished painting, and some of them are shiny, some of them are flat, but that makes them literally weatherproof although I would not recommend leaving them out in the rain, definitely for the rain and the, you know, the winter time. So we're going to be doing something like that. But before we really get started, I would like to read something about what a mandala is, or a mandala, or however you want to pronounce it. To me, looking at a piece of art that has a center point and then things radiate out, that is what I call a mandala. And let me read the description. I'll hold this up while I'm doing it. The meaning of the word mandala in Sanskrit is circle. The mandala is a spiritual and ritual symbol in Hinduism and Buddhism representing the universe. The circular design symbolizes the idea that life is never ending and everything is connecting. The mandala also represents spiritual journey with the individual viewer. So the first level is understanding the unity in cosmos, and secondly, it's each individual must find their own place within it. It does draw you in, doesn't it, when you look at art like this? It is sometimes drawn as a circle enclosing a square with a deity on each side that is mainly used to aid in meditation and yoga. Mandalas have many uses apart from meditation, as the designs are meant to remove irritating thoughts and allow the creative mind to run free as well as relax. But ultimately, people create and look at mandalas to center the body and mind. That's why you can literally do this artwork on any surface that will hold the paint. Notice you probably can't see it. I have dotted my glasses. I can see it when you turn. Yeah. I dot wine glasses. You can dot anything that is a surface that you can clean first, get all the oil and everything. But the sacredness of the mandala is, to me, what I really like. When I was having my children, I was a childbirth educator some 205, it was a lot of years ago. And I would use, and I didn't know that's what it was, I would use something with a point in the side that went out. I did not know it was a mandala at the time, but it is a great focal point. And you can concentrate and use it for breathing and now for relaxation and meditation. So I'm going to show you some other things. This is a CD. I have done many CDs, just paint over them. I use black acrylic paint, or you can use any color you want. But this is one thing, if you have access to CDs, you have a mandala surface. Also, you can do LPs. Someone brought me a couple of these, and there's 33s, or what is that? 33s or 70, I'm not sure which. And I paint them all black, and then you start in the center. You can close the center if you want, or you can keep it open. So those are also fun to play with. They make beautiful, beautiful wall art, which is what the man brought me a couple of these. He said I would like one of these done, a 33, a 45, and a CD, and he hung them on his wall all together, all different. I tried to use the colors he asked, but they made a beautiful wall set. Then the other thing, if you want to just play with this is one of those cake liners, or you put your cake on top of this and then you frost your cake. So this works well too. And here's an example of an early piece that I did. Of course, when it, when I try to store them and they fold in half, and it's not quite as pretty, but so this is another style of mandala. I tried to bring different things because there's a few different strokes, and I wanted you to see what they look like. Did you get to see that? Okay. Okay. And again, anytime you want, come up here and look at them. All right. Okay, so that. Let's get going here. All right, open your paints. I mean, take the top out. But whatever paint you will have left over, you can close it back up, take it home, and paint more on whatever else you want to paint. You should also have these little wooden stir sticks, and you should have one. Be careful you don't mix your colors unless you want to mix your colors. What I want you to do is stir your little colors up and tell me how dry or thick they are. I've already added. Be sure you also, when you shake this, that you put your finger over the top. Again, these are all wash out until they're dry. So if you get something on your shirt or your pants, hopefully we'll wash it out quickly. So you want this well shaken. Again, this is Floetrol, like water to watercolor. This is to acrylic paints. And acrylic paints are, you can buy them anywhere. I buy the cheap ones. Quality doesn't seem to really matter with dotting. This is Folk Art. This is Craft Essentials, which I think is Joanne's brand. I buy many now, of course, I buy all my supplies online. I used to go to Joann's and pick up all the little cheap ones that are, you know, on clearance, but I don't do that anymore. But that's a good, there's Martha Stewart, Craft Essentials. Let me see if I can find. That's Folk Art. They come in all colors, anything at all. Tonight, we're not going to worry so much about the colors, although you, of course, can choose to use the colors you want. I tried to give you a variety. I do have black paint, but what I use the black paint for is painting out mistakes. So, and I'm sure we won't be making any of those. So you should have your colors, and if they are about this viscosity to where it flows off pretty easily, flows off the stick. If it just stays on the stick, then take some of this, squirt it in, just give it a good squirt. And you have to do this 5 times. And then stir it up. Is this okay? Is this working well? Mm-hmm. Okay. Until it looks, oh, that looks icky. Until it looks like it's dripping off easily. And then you have 5 colors. So
was that other one too thick, or it was okay?
Well, it had dry paint in it. That's what that is. Which it's, you know, we're gonna dot. So if you have a thing that looks like dried up paint, it's okay, because we're gonna dot into these paints and we won't pick that up. You can see the dot material, or the dotting tools won't pick up that. That looks pretty good. Did that one come off of there, or is it sticking on? Oh, just use some more then. Is everybody getting there? And you can add these if your paint gets dry while we're working. You can add this white medium anytime. Again, that's about what you're looking for. About that thickness or thinness. What you don't want to add is water. Don't add water to acrylic paints. When you go to dot, the water will separate and then you have a mess on your hands. So how are we doing? Is everybody okay? Yep. Oh, I also forgot to mention, you can dot anything, even rocks. I love to dot rocks. Sometimes I paint them first, and then sometimes I use them naturally. I'm a member of the Quad City Rocks Facebook page. You can paint a mandala rock and then leave it somewhere, and somebody else will see it. It'll make them happy, and then they can put it somewhere else. So, plus my grandkids, I have plates and plates of mandala rocks like this, and they love taking one and putting it somewhere every time they come over. So I have to keep up by making them. How are we doing on the paints? Are they getting okay? Are they getting better? They aren't totally dried up, are they? How's everybody's paints online? I feel like romper room. Hi, June. How are you? I have a weird feeling. While you're looking at what you're doing here, you can use, these are chopsticks that have a flat end. And I just take them from any restaurant, from an Asian restaurant, and open them up, tear them apart. All of your wood dotting tools are easily washed up with water, so there's that. Some are, am I getting ahead? Are we okay online? Just let me know if I'm going too fast. There are some tools that are just made for dotting, and these are, this I think is a 1/2 inch in diameter, made for dotting. I buy most of the ones that I buy online at Amazon. If you feed in dotting tools for Amazon in the search, get ready because you're going to see a ton of them. It's the big thing. Also YouTube. Go to YouTube and look for dotting, dotting art, dotting mandalas. There's a lady, I was going to remember her name. I'll remember it as we're going. Lydia's mandalas. Beautiful, beautiful works of art. They're just gorgeous. She sells them, of course, and they are worth a lot of money. So those are 2 different sizes, 2 different colors. You can also, if you crochet, this is a crochet hook. It's a hook on the end. The other end is flat, and it makes a great dotting tool. There's different sizes. Look at the size of this one. There's the dotting end, and then the crochet hook. So you may have dotting tools in your home. I'm sure you do. Are we okay? You need more of that?
No, mine doesn't have a hole on the top.
Oh. It doesn't? Oh, well, I guess you can pour them out. I guess I didn't check that because I opened them up when I was pouring them in. I have 2 that do. Okay. If anybody needs more, I guess at home you can cut off the tip, so that should be good. There is another set.
Or give it to the 2-year-old and he'll figure out how to spill it.
That's true. Fill it or spill it. Okay. These are plastic or whatever this is. I think it's plastic. These are dotting tools. They are from Mark's Mandalas. They're numbered. They're really nice, but these are really expensive. I bought the whole set. I use them a lot. They have some kind of, I don't know what it is. Maybe it's what they're made out of. They really let go with the paint nicely. So you can get a good thick dot if you're going to do a big one, better than say this one. I don't know why, but I just know that's the way it works. So these are all from very tiny. This is the actual diameter of that one to the diameter of that one. So you can see how different they are. They're all numbered or lettered. So you can, if you want to go from a small dot to a bigger dot, just look at your numbers. It's really very convenient. Then there are the manicure tools. If you have these manicure tools, or you have a manicurist who does this for you on your fingernails, they are fingernail pusher downers, you know, the cuticle, they change the cuticle. Now you'll notice on these 3, ooh, got a bug, and this one is straight up and down. I took a pair of pliers and I bent the tip on mine. Now, I didn't do yours because I thought if you want to, you can. I bent the tip over so there's a crook in it, because when you're dotting, the best dots come from an upright position straight down on your surface. When you get tired, you start dotting like this because your hand is tired instead of being upright. So I could be tired and still get a nice upright dot just by dipping, touching, dipping, touching. Okay, can everybody, I know you can't see it, but I don't think I gave anyone a dotting tool that is bent. And again, you just, as far as I'm concerned, you can't have enough dotting tools. I mean, I have 2 more of these at home. I have, you know, when I'm playing with my grandkids, and we're dotting together, you know, everyone needs a dotting tool, and I got 10 grandkids. What are we doing?
Mosquito. Sorry.
Oh, sorry. Thank you. Don't need to put down the back of my pants. So again, you can't have enough dotting tools. Now, this group of dotting tools, I've never used these. Thought I'd try them tonight. They're very heavy, and I'm not sure what else. I think they're just for dotting, and you push them down into the paint, and it gives you a, I'm not sure. I'll let you know. But I bought these for just for tonight. And I would think my hand would get really tired, because before you guys, when you get up to go walk around a little bit, be sure you come up and feel these. So I brought those. Again, I haven't used those. All right, so what we're going to do next is, some of you have these little squares. You might have a 4x4. These are 4x4. These are this size. Then there are these boards. Again, you can dot on anything. There are these boards that are just canvas panel boards. They're just like this, only they don't wrap around the frame. They work just as well. What I like to do is, and again, you don't have to, but I like to find the center. With a mandala, which is what we're doing tonight, you can find the center simply by taking any marking, or you can use one of your pointy things too, because that'll mark it. Straight edge. Can you see this okay? Did that show up? Straight edge, go from corner to corner, mark a line, and then you're going to go to the other corner, corner to corner, straight edge, mark a line, and where they intersect, that's the center, and that's the easiest way I can tell you on how to do that. Now, when you have stencils, which are really nice, this is one stencil. I have a lot of stencils. I'm not even going to number them. They're made out of plastic, and you can lay them on top of your piece, mark the center, and then wherever it takes you, you can go from the center out. I like to use stencils sometimes, and sometimes I like to freehand it. Yeah, are you getting bitten? I'm going to just take a quick mosquito spray bite. I mean,
Break.
second break. That's it. Thank you. Okay. All right. So what I would like you to do, and I'm just occurred to me that I wonder if you have a pencil or something to make the lines with. Anybody? Again, use one of the pointy little dotting tools too. Another thing that you can use if you want to circle is that's it, a protractor or a compass, and have one stick in the center or wherever you want it, and then make it any size you want. I use this a lot. I like to also make artwork or mandalas that I'll put 2 or 3 on the same board. These boards come in so many sizes. They literally go up to 2 feet by 3 feet. I've seen mandalas, just beautiful works of art that are on different size boards. So again, anything that will hold the paint, you can use on a mandala. I mean, you can use for a mandala. Okay, how are we doing? Are you all painted up and marked? How about online? Is everyone okay? Shall I stop for just a second?
I think if we keep going, then we
Okay.
won't run out of light.
Okay, good. All right, so I have used this stencil to write or to make a shape or a mandala in white pencil, I think. And don't worry about your, excuse me, your lines showing, because they will go away because you're going to put paint on top of them. So I know people think, oh, what do I do with that? And the other way that you get rid of the lines that you don't want is paint them out with black paint. That hides a lot of errors and no one will know. Okay, so we have your dot in the center. What I want you to do is imagine the mandala that you're looking at. Let's look at this one, it's big enough. And you can see the center. You don't want it too small. Remember, the mandala is what the eye is going to, or the center is what the eye will be drawn to first. So choose a tool that is worthy of the size. Now, I don't like to go this big for the center, but I do like to go maybe a quarter, 3/8 inch makes a good center for the mandala. So choose how many, does anyone, you guys have, okay, good. Okay, everyone here has a larger one. Do you have just a smaller one? Would you like to come get a, or you can borrow hers, but you can come. Okay, okay. Now, here's what I want you to do. Decide what color. If your eye is going to go to this first dot, you want it to be bright. And I think I used bright colors. I don't think there's any dull colors, but use one of the brighter colors. I'm going to try the yellow, and I'm going to just dip it in. And you want to cover at least 1/8 of the end, maybe even a little more. Don't let it drip coming over. If it drips, you have too much paint on it. So about 1/8 to 1/4 of an inch deep. Then you're going to come to the center, find wherever you want to take your dot. Put your hand perpendicular to the ground and then lift. You should have a little, like a little pimple on top, which will fade as it dries. Okay. And then after you're through with that, be sure you don't stick it in another color until you have washed it off. So I'm not going to use this one. This one's too big to use again for this one. So I have washed it off, dried it. I'm going to put it back in. Okay. Now we have little, you made your 4 major hash marks going across, or your lines going across, correct? And you found the center of your black pad. Okay, everybody with me? Yep. Everybody online, okay? All right, now I'm going to take these little lines that are intersecting the halfway point, and we're going to start a line or a dot on one of those lines, not too close, because if you get them close, the paint will run together. Does that make sense? But I'm going to use a different color. Let me do it up here, and then I will send this around so you guys that are here can see it. So I'm going to go a little bit bigger than that. I'm going to use this size with the hook, and I'm going to dip it in. I'm going all the way up to the edge where the plastic begins. So I have a nice surplus of paint. Let that drip off. I'm just going to put, I think I still have too much. I'm going to put a little dot, just like that, on that line that I drew before. About the same amount of paint. Dot there, a little bit more. I'm going to do it again on the opposite. And one more time.
You redip for each dot?
Yes, redip for each dot. If you don't, and I will explain later, obviously gets smaller and smaller. So let me. Okay, so messy. Okay, can y'all see?
Yeah, we can see it.
Okay, so you've got your dot in the center, then another layer out and another layer between those two. Are we okay? And again, I don't know if you heard me say that, but if they're not even, don't worry. The human eye will look at this and you won't see all these. If I held this up, you wouldn't believe how many errors are in here. But from a distance, the eye doesn't see the errors. The eye just sees the beauty of the mandala. Okay, are we ready to go on? Should I wait?
Let's go on.
Okay. All right. Now,
Because I'm holding the computer.
I'm sure it's probably heavy.
It's okay.
How do people do these things? Okay, so now let's change things up. We had a big center and then we used smaller ones. Let's go back and go to the remember the two lines that you did that intersected? Look at those 4 lines. I'm just grabbing stuff. Grab a larger circle than the one you had, or the dotting tool. If you need another dotting tool, if you're here, come on up and get another one. But for everybody else, just grab another dotting tool. And I'm going to use a little bit larger one than I did for the first 2 rows. And I'm going to put them on the 4 radiating lines that we measured going out. Whatever color you want. You can repeat a color if that's good, or you can use a new color. So I'm dipping in. Yeah, okay. So I'm dipping in. I'll let it drip off just a little. You want enough, but not too much paint. And after a few times, you'll get used to what that means. So I'm going to go to a line that I drew to make sure everything is square. And I'm just going to put it on that intersection. Okay. And it's okay. It's okay for big. You can go big. All right. So I'm going to do that 4 times. And make sure your paint is runny enough. You know, it shouldn't be dipping and pulling up, or you shouldn't be placing and pulling up and seeing a little peak. If the paint is too thick, you don't want the little peak. Sometimes you do, but for right now, there is no right and wrong. You know that. There are times I like the little peak, but for right now, we want it smooth. So I'm going to the opposite 2 corners. I'm going to lay down that next dot. Try to get them close to the same size as all 4.
Can you hold it a little closer?
Oh, sorry. How's that? Did they get to see?
Okay, thank you.
Okay. You guys saw all the samples, the sample close to the
Yeah, I'm just
dot.
behind a little, that's all. Thank you.
What'd you say? Oh, okay. Okay, are we all ready?
We're going to have to stop. I can't keep holding the computer.
Okay, we're gonna have to take a little break here, just a second. We need fresh arms. Is it not possible to set it down?
Yes.
Do you think that would help?
Where's your paint my computer?
And then I can do that, and then I can see what they're seeing too.
Does that work?
How's this, everybody?
I think that'll do.
Okay, good.
All right. That's my hand. Hello.
Are we good?
Oh, I'm not standing in front of it.
How are we? We're all itchy here. Okay. But they're not too bad. I mean, they could be worse. All right, now we're gonna do a technique, and I put in your bag, I hope, a piece of paper, just a piece of white paper. Okay. Everybody have that? We're gonna practice our dots. Okay, this technique is called walking the dots, meaning we're going to, let me show the people here. We're going to put a dot down, and then we're gonna walk around the circle halfway, because we have 4 circles now, right? A little bit bigger circles. So we're gonna start in the top circle, or one circle at the top of it, away from the center, and then dip your dotting tool and walk along the line to get to the bottom, back to the top again, walk the dots, dip, and then walk the dots. Each dot should be smaller than the very top one. Let me show everybody here online what that looks like. No, that's not what I'm looking for. There we go. All right, so this is the tool. This is one that I bent so I didn't have to use my arms too much. There it is. Everybody see that? So it's about that size. I'm going to use yellow paint just to show you what it is. If you want to come up here to see this, would that be easier than me trying to talk you through this? On the camera. No, oh, that's not good? Oh, that far, yeah. Okay, so I dipped. Are we okay? All right, I dipped, and now I'm going to go to the very top of one of the dots. Should have done this on the practice. And I'm just going to follow it down, and as you'll notice, at least up here, they're getting smaller as they go around. So now I'm going to do that on the other side. I'm going to re-dip, and walk the dots down. I can't see it, right here. See that? Can everybody see that okay? Yep. You start at the very top, that's the biggest dot, and then walk down, same tool. When you get halfway around, stop, re-dip, go back to the very first big tool, walk down to the other end, or the other side. Does that make sense? Then when you've done that, let's do the same thing on all 4 dots. Same tool. If I can find it. So just work on your own. If you're not comfortable, pull that paper out and practice it on the paper first. And also, so you know, when I am doing these, because they do need some time to dry when you're adding more dots. So I work on 4 or 5 pieces all at once. I have them right in front of me, and I move them so that when I'm working on one piece, I have the next 3 or 4 that are drying, and I can dot a little bit easier. Tell you, these mosquitoes are looking for fresh meat. No, I'm gonna try and blow you a little bit here. That's okay. Move the air and move the mosquitoes. Thank you. That's fine. All right. And again, if you need to practice a technique, practice it on your paper. That'll help. Okay. So eventually you should have, that looks pretty good, a big dot with little dots walked around the big dots.
We're going to stop the Facebook Live right now.
Okay.
Kelly's going to let everybody know.
It's getting too dark for them.
All right, so everyone, anybody who's watching on Facebook, we're going to end here. Terry, can you show it one more time really close up to the camera, just so we can kind of see your technique here? Yeah, thank you. And if you have any questions, it's just getting a little dark here to be able to keep recording. If you have any questions, give us a call. You can call us at 563-326-7504, or you can email us. Our contact information is all on our website.
And here's the big one that eventually, hopefully.
Oh, that looks cool.
Those are walk dots out. Does that make sense? This
Yeah.
is walk the dot around what we just did.
And if you have any questions about techniques, give us a call and we can pick Terry's mind. So everyone watching on Facebook, have a great night and thanks for joining us.
Thank you for coming. Thank you for watching.